This will be a tutorial on how to individually control your engines for multi-engine planes. I'll show you how to switch off individual engines and also vary the speed that individual engines are at. I'll show you the basic concept first with the PBJ because it's only got 2 engines, and then I'll show you how to do it on 4 engine bombers with using the B-24. This step isn't important, but I highly advise you do it though anyway. Go to menu, game options, go to interface and scroll down until you see the fuel indicator always on, ammo indicator always on, temperature always on. You definitely want that for this tutorial. Just the other 2 I always like to have them on anyway. Okay, this is the important bit. Go to menu, controls, then choose full wheel controls. From full wheel controls it will give you new options in the tab up here. Go to engine controls. From there scroll down. From engine controls it will give you a whole bunch of options. I am going to be honest, I know what these are, I don't bother to use them at all. Some people are probably going to yell at me telling me I should be using them, but other than a certain few planes, these are essentially useless. Anyway, here are your engine controls, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th engines. I have just bound them to the number pad. You know, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can bind these essentially wherever you want. I find it very simple to put them to 1, 2, 3, 4 for each corresponding engine. After you've done this, switch back to whichever one you have selected before. I use mouse aim because I'm a scrub. The way engine controls work is that they allow you to stop the particular engine you want from receiving instructions. For example, if I wanted to switch off engine 1, which is the 1st engine on the left, I would disable the controls that will go to engine 2. Engine 2, engine controls off. This means it will not take any more inputs anymore. Now if I hit I, engine 1 will switch off. If I wanted to switch off engine 2 now, I make sure that engine 1, engine controls are off. Engine controls for engine number 2 are back on again. So let's go ahead and hit I. And that's the simple concept behind engine controls. So let's just boot up the engines again. Boot up like it's a computer. Engine controls 1, engine controls 2 back on again. Now that both engines are receiving control inputs, they both start up. I'll show you again now with the B-24. Everything is exactly the same, except instead of having 1 and 2 engines, we now got 1, 2, 3, 4 engines. Let's say engine 3 and 2 have suffered damage. We will need to disable the engine controls for engine 1 and 4, so they will not respond to our commands. And then we can switch off engine 2 and 3. Okay, so in this scenario, engine 4 is called 5, you need to switch off that thing and pray to RNG Jesus that engine 4 will go out. First we need to do is switch off the controls for 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, they're all off now. Hit I, it will switch off. Pray to RNG Jesus that will switch off. Okay, so now you find your plane listing to the right. Because you've only got 1 engine operating on that side now, you may have a bit of damage on the wing. So to counter this, you may wish to turn off engine 1, which should allow you to balance out a bit more. So we turn engine controls for engine 2 and 3 are still off. We turn on the one for engine 1 again, hit I, engine 1 switches off. Engine controls can be really useful if used effectively. Most of the time you will not have a chance to use them because you might get destroyed in one pass or not, but in scenarios where you do survive and you're flying back to the base and you're praying to RNG Jesus that your engine is not going to overheat before you get back, you may wish to do the appropriate measures, bring the engine throttle back on one of the engines, cool it down maybe, alternate engines. There are many strategies you can find effective by controlling individual engines. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm very shitty at giving tutorials, but I thought I'd give it a go.
Like, comment and subscribe, or I'll break your f***ing legs.